Yo, what's up, Dodgers Digest fam? If you're not already fired up, buckle up because this is the kind of bombshell that could shatter the MLB offseason into a million pieces. Picture this. The Los Angeles Dodgers already stacking superstars like they're building a fortress, just inked Kyle Tucker to a monster $60 million a year deal. But hold on, folks, this isn't just a signing. This is the spark that lights the fuse for a blockbuster trade that could make every rival team in baseball lose their damn minds. We're talking about the Dodgers potentially swinging for Tarik Skubal, the back-to-back AL Cy Young winner, and trust me, if you thought the Tucker deal was controversial, this one's about to explode like a grenade in the front office. Let's break this down step by step because the conspiracy runs deep and the outrage is already brewing. What do you think? Ready to dive in? Drop a yes in the comments if you're hyped, or a no if you're terrified for the rest of the league. Alright, listen up. This all starts with one photo, one rumor, one seismic shift that has the baseball world whispering about a Dodgers power grab that's straight out of a spy thriller. Reports are flooding in that Kyle Tucker's signing to LA has just pried open the vault, giving the Dodgers the ammo to make a jaw-dropping trade for Tarik Skubal. What? Because now they've got the prospect depth to dangle like bait, and the Tigers are in a corner with Skubal's arbitration battle heating up. This isn't just a rumor, it's a game-changer that screams front office chaos and league-wide shock. People are furious already, and we're about to expose why this could be the move that tips the scales forever. Rhetorical question time. If the Dodgers land Skubal, are we looking at the most unstoppable team in MLB history, or is this the start of a conspiracy to rig the playoffs? You tell me. Let's set the scene, fam, because this is where the drama hits fever pitch. The Dodgers have been on a tear this offseason, and Kyle Tucker's arrival was the cherry on top of their already loaded roster. But here's the crazy part. Tucker's deal didn't just add a superstar outfielder. It created a ripple effect that could lead to trading away some of their prized prospects for Skubal. Why the outrage? Because the Tigers are locked in a brutal arbitration dispute with Skubal, where he's asking for $32 million and they're countering at a paltry $19 million. That's a $13 million gap, the largest in salary arbitration history, according to Jeff Passan. If Skubal wins, the Tigers might have to pay up and then trade him to avoid overpaying a guy they can't extend. And guess who has the deepest pockets and prospect pool to make that happen? The Dodgers. Fans are blowing up social media, calling it unfair, while media outlets are screaming about competitive imbalance. This isn't just a trade rumor, it's a powder keg ready to blow. Now let's zoom in on the players and teams at the heart of this madness. First, Kyle Tucker, the Astros' former MVP caliber outfielder, a guy who mashed 37 homers last season with a .284 average and elite defense. He's 27 in his prime, and this 4-year deal with the Dodgers is a steal at $60 million annually, especially after the Dodgers pivoted from chasing Shohei Ohtani, who stayed with the Dodgers, and Bo Bichette, who bolted to the Mets on a 3-year deal. Tucker fits LA's high-octane style perfectly, but his arrival means they've got outfield depth to spare. Enter Tarik Skubal, the Tigers' ace, a 28-year-old fireballer who just won back-to-back AL Cy Youngs, the first pitcher to do that in over 20 years. Last season he posted a 2.21 ERA, 0.891 WHIP, and 228 strikeouts in 180 innings. But the Tigers? They're a rebuilding squad, not a contender, and this arbitration spat shows they're not willing to pony up for a superstar. Detroit's front office is in turmoil, with execs scrambling to decide if Skubal's worth the cash or if trading him is the smarter play. And the Dodgers? They're the juggernaut with a payroll that laughs at $32 million, led by Andrew Friedman, who's always one step ahead in the chess game. Here's where it gets conspiratorial, folks, because this feels like a masterstroke orchestrated from the shadows. The Dodgers didn't just sign Tucker by accident. It was a calculated move to free up prospect capital for Skubal. Think about it. LA's farm system was already ranked the best by MLB execs, with studs like Jason Dominguez, Diego Cartaya, and a bunch of outfielders in the top 5. Tucker's a temporary fit, so why not trade a couple of those gems for Skubal, who could anchor their rotation for years? The Tigers' lowball offer? That's not just cheap, it's suspicious, like they're baiting Skubal to force a trade. And if Detroit loses arbitration, they'll be stuck paying $32 million for a guy they might not extend, pushing them to deal him fast. The Dodgers, with their endless resources, could offer a package no one else can match. Is this a conspiracy to dominate the NL West and beyond? You bet your ass it is. Executives are whispering about it and fans are smelling the setup. What if the whole Tucker signing was a smokescreen for this? Mind-blowing, right? Let's compare this to past moves because history is screaming that the Dodgers are at it again. Remember when LA traded for Shohei Ohtani in 2023, flipping prospects and shaking up the league? Or how about the Astros sign-stealing scandal that led to their dynasty? This skewball pursuit echoes those, teams manipulating the market to create imbalances. Look at the Mets snagging Bichette after the Dodgers passed. It's like a league-wide game of musical chairs where LA always ends up with the best seat. Compared to other arbitration battles like Garrett Cole's or Corbin Burns, skewball's gap is unprecedented, and it mirrors how the Yankees once lowballed aces to force trades. Rival teams are furious, pointing to patterns like the Dodgers' endless spending, which has kept them in contention while others rebuild. If this trade happens, it'll be the biggest since the Padres dealt for Juan Soto. Pure chaos. Breaking down the roster implications, and oh boy does this fit like a glove, or a pitcher's mitt. The Dodgers' outfield is now stacked. Tucker, Mookie Betts, and Teoscar Hernandez with depth from guys like Jason Hayward. That means they can afford to trade prospects like outfielders in their top 5, think Dominguez or others, without gutting their future. Salary-wise, skewball at $32 million slots right into LA's massive payroll, freeing up room for extensions. Positionally, skewball would be the ace of a rotation already loaded with Tyler Glasnow and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Imagine a staff with a 2.00 ERA. But concerns? Trading prospects could hurt long-term depth, and if Tucker leaves after 4 years they'll need those guys back. Development-wise, skewball's a proven winner, but at 28 he's peaking now. The Tigers meanwhile would get elite prospects to rebuild around, but losing skewball could derail their season. It's a win-win for LA, but a gut punch for the rest of baseball. Let's scout this out, fam, because skewball's stats are insane, but he's not without flaws. Strengths: that fastball tops 100 miles per hour with elite spin, paired with a devastating slider and changeup. Projections: he could lead the league in ERA again with 250 plus KS and under 200 innings. Weaknesses: durability. Last year he had some arm fatigue, and at his workload he might need careful management. Compared to Dodgers' current arms, he's the missing piece for playoff dominance. Tucker? His scouting report screams power, 40-plus HR potential in LA's hitter-friendly park, but he's not a speed demon. Together they make the Dodgers unstoppable. But if traded, skewball's fit in Detroit was shaky. In LA he'd thrive. Scouts say he's worth every penny. Rhetorical question. Is he the ace to finally end the Dodgers' World Series drought? Oh man, the reaction? It's a full-blown meltdown. Rival fans are rioting on Twitter, Angels, Padres, Giants all screaming, cheat code. Media like ESPN and The Athletic are calling it a power shift, with analysts like Pedro Martinez fuming about imbalance. Executives from the Yankees to the Phillies are scrambling, wondering if they can counter. Tigers fans? Divided, some want to keep skewball, others see the trade as inevitable. Dodgers haters are out in force, accusing LA of buying the title. Even casual fans are outraged, with memes flooding about Dodgers' monopoly. Here's the crazy part. If this happens, it could spark a trade war with teams rating each other's aces. People are furious. Drop your hot takes below. Is this fair or is baseball broken? Zooming out, this isn't just a trade. It's a seismic shift for the entire league. For the Dodgers, landing skewball could mean 110-plus wins, a World Series lock and free agency dominance. Think locking up Tucker long-term. For the Tigers, it's a rebuild accelerator, but losing skewball hurts their credibility. League-wide, it widens the gap between haves and have-nots, potentially leading to tanking wars or rule changes. Competitive balance? Forget it, the Dodgers could run roughshod over the NL for years. Free agency? Stars might flock to LA, starving out smaller markets. This arbitration outcome could redefine player value, making aces demand more. What if skewball wins and stays? Chaos. What if he gets traded? Apocalypse for rivals. The season's narrative just changed forever. Phew fam, that's the breakdown on how Kyle Tucker's signing might be the key to unlocking Tarek Skubal for the Dodgers, and it's got conspiracy, outrage, and pure drama written all over it. We've dissected the hook, the setup, the backgrounds, the shady angles, the comparisons, the roster fits, the scouting, the reactions, and the big picture. But here's the open question burning in my mind. Is this the Dodgers cementing their dynasty, or the league's death knell? What do you think? Should they pull the trigger on Skubal even if it costs prospects? Drop your thoughts in the comments, trade yes or trade no, and let's debate. Hit that like button if you're shook, subscribe for more Dodgers chaos, and smash the bell. Thanks for watching Dodgers Digest. Peace out, suckers. We'll see you next time when the arbitration hammer drops.